Quick question, though. Ashley jumps in. She wants to know who's the player people aren't talking about that is most likely to make a name for himself this season. So, and I will buy you some time here as you very visibly think about this.
Yeah, you can see the brain, the hamster wheels going around.
The qualifier Ashley uses immediately removes players like Christian Gonzalez or Pop Douglas or Mike Gesicki, who had the catch at training camp yesterday. So you take those players out, even a bounce back season for Mac Jones. Everyone's always talking about the quarterbacks, even when they shouldn't be. Does anyone jump out to you?
Well, he's on my list. So do you want me to overlap?
Oh, sure.
Keion White.
Okay.
Keion White has had some monstrous reps in camp. I mean, I can't even begin to describe the mountain of a human being he is. Like, you shouldn't be that big and be that ripped. I mean, me, but like, when you're 6'5" or whatever.
Don't worry. Ted Johnson has covered this. Ted admitted to me he was jealous that Keion White got to 30 reps on the bench press. It was a very bench press heavy episode last week. Naturally with Ted. But anyway, that's coming from 250-pound ex-NFL player Ted Johnson. Everything you're saying. So
I mean, he's just an impressive physical guy, but then he's been impressive on the field. Not perfect, but I don't expect it to be. My curiosity with him is, well, first of all, I want to see him just kick some Texans' butt, because I think he's ready for someone else and be able to throw somebody around and squash a quarterback or two. So I'm looking forward to that part of it. But also, you're starting to look at the big picture. And when they drafted him, I said, boy, it feels an awful lot like he's Deatrich Wise's replacement. Similar guy, play on the edge, but in passing downs, you move him inside, and he's going to crush the guard. I mean, if you look at some of the nerd numbers on Deatrich last year, when you put him inside, he was their second best pass rusher behind Judon. He eats on those guards, and White seems like he's that same type of player. So I'm curious to see how this plays out, because I think Deatrich had a really good year last year. So are you unseating Deatrich at some point this year, or is this just essentially going to end up being a redshirt year? I think he can obviously force it if he plays well and continues to play well throughout the rest of camp and in these preseason games and whatever opportunities he gets when the season starts. But he's a unique guy. The reports that we had about him maybe being the guy they were targeting in the first round, he's shown signs that he definitely could have been a first-round pick, and that maybe some people might, again, it's early, but might regret that some down the line.
CLNS Media Network is powered by FanDuel Sportsbook. Visit FanDuel.com/Boston and start earning bonus bets when you bet on a Super Bowl winner. You can get bonus bets every time they win in the regular season.
When you go after the nerds with the stats, which are really just pressures and pressure rate, you got to be careful, Mike, because they will come back at you. And I say this as someone who likes to think I straddle the nerd world, the analytics part, certainly dip my toe in, maybe get up to my knees, my nipples, I don't know. And then stay with you, film traditionalists, because the nerds will come up with the stat and it'll be about receivers. It'll be called stank, and it will be an acronym for an actual thing, because forgive me, I don't remember the stat inventor's name, but there's one Alex named after Alex Smith in terms of how often quarterbacks threw before the line to gain on third down, because that was something Alex Smith was famous for, was raising a white flag half the way up on third down by just checking down. So anyway, you are going to get your own stank if you don't.
After the last 2 weeks, what can people say to me? The message is that people say some really kind things, guys. I appreciate you. A lot of love.
It's all love here. All right, on Keion White, question for you. Over under half tackled for loss for him Thursday.
Oh, I'm taking the over.
Okay. All right.
I think, I'm telling you, I feel like he's ready to just erupt like this. All right, I'm tired of being blocked by my guys. I want to go throw somebody around. Now, maybe he might get so excited that he might forget that he's supposed to two gap, and he just, decides to launch somebody and go where he's not supposed to go, but it's going to happen.
I love it. Keion White, also good job by us when it comes to the preseason, not doing you're ready to hit somebody else this week in the press conference. Should have happened yesterday. Maybe it did. I wasn't around.
No, I didn't hear it. So You're right. The last 2 days, you're on a high alert for that. Do we really have to ask that
every year? Yes, of course. Am I excited about playing football? Yes, that's what I do for a living.